Have you ever thought about how simple habits in the bathroom could quietly raise your risk of stroke? For seniors, everyday routines often feel harmless, but what many don't realize is that certain bathroom behaviors can put extreme pressure on the hardened blood vessels. Over time, these habits can raise the risk of stroke by as much as 300%. And the danger is greatest for men and women in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. In this video, we're uncovering 5 common bathroom habits that seniors often overlook, but that carry serious consequences. Each one might seem minor on its own, yet together they can create the perfect storm for a medical emergency. By recognizing these habits and making small changes, you can protect your health, reduce your risk, and keep your independence much longer. Stay tuned until the end, because you'll learn not only what these dangerous habits are, but also how to break them before they break you. These insights may seem simple, but they could be the very key to preventing a life-changing event. Now let's get started. Number 1. Straining during bowel movements. One of the most dangerous bathroom habits for seniors is straining too hard on the toilet. Many people do not realize how much pressure this action places on the blood vessels in the brain and the heart. When you bear down, your blood pressure spikes suddenly, and that surge can cause a weakened vessel to rupture or a clot to break loose. For someone already living with high blood pressure or hardened arteries, the risk becomes especially high. This habit often begins with constipation. As we age, our digestive systems slow down, and certain medications can make the problem worse. Seniors sometimes think straining is normal, but in truth it is a major warning sign. Every time you push too hard, you are forcing your cardiovascular system into crisis. The danger may not show up immediately, but over weeks, months, or years, the stress adds up. Consider the case of Edward, a man in his late 70s who thought little of his bathroom struggles. He had grown used to spending long minutes pushing on the toilet each morning. Over time, he began to feel dizzy spells afterward, something he brushed off as part of aging. What he did not realize was that those moments were small warnings. His heart and brain were under strain, and eventually it nearly led to a stroke. The good news is that this risk can be managed by staying hydrated, adding fiber-rich foods like oats, beans, and fresh fruit, and staying physically active. Bowel movements become easier and more natural. In some cases, speaking with a healthcare provider about gentle stool softeners may also help. The key is to prevent the kind of straining that spikes blood pressure in dangerous ways. There's also a mental component. Many seniors underestimate how small daily choices add up. By refusing to accept straining as normal, you reclaim control over your health. The bathroom is not the place where you should feel defeated or powerless. With simple adjustments, you can transform it from a place of hidden risk into a place of relief and safety. If this habit sounds familiar, know that you are not alone, but also know that every effort you make to ease this daily routine is a step toward protecting your brain, your heart, and your future. Number 2. Sitting too long on the toilet. Another common bathroom habit that raises stroke risk is spending too much time sitting on the toilet. Many seniors bring a newspaper, a crossword, or even a phone with them and stay seated far longer than necessary. While this may seem harmless, the truth is that sitting in that position for extended periods puts added pressure on the blood vessels in the lower body and disrupts healthy circulation. For those already living with high blood pressure, diabetes, or vascular disease, this added strain can trigger serious problems. When you sit too long, blood tends to pool in the legs, and the angle of the seat itself creates stress on the pelvic and abdominal area. The result is an unhealthy environment for your cardiovascular system. Add to that the habit of occasionally straining while seated, and you have a dangerous combination that raises the likelihood of a clot forming or blood pressure rising sharply. Over time, those moments become risks that add up to something much bigger. Think about Martha, a 71-year-old woman who enjoyed taking her phone into the bathroom each morning. She would often sit for 15 to 20 minutes without realizing how long it passed. After months of this routine, she began noticing numbness in her legs and occasional pounding in her head after leaving the toilet. These were her body's warning signs, signals that circulation was being disrupted in a way that could have ended in tragedy if ignored. It is important to remember that small changes can make a big difference. The bathroom is not the place for long reading sessions. Instead, focus on finishing your business and moving on. If you struggle with constipation and find yourself waiting for something to happen, that is a signal to adjust your diet, hydration, or activity levels rather than extending your toilet time. A stool placed under your feet to create a more natural position can also make the process easier and faster, reducing the temptation to linger. The real issue is habit. Seniors often fall into patterns without realizing the hidden costs. What feels like comfort or routine may in fact be undermining health day after day. By making a conscious effort to shorten the time you spend on the toilet, you reduce unnecessary strain, improve circulation, and cut down on one of the overlooked contributors to stroke risk. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 3, ignoring dizziness or lightheadedness after using the toilet. One of the most dangerous bathroom habits for seniors is dismissing those moments of dizziness or lightheadedness that sometimes occur right after standing up from the toilet. Many men and women in their 60s, 70s, and 80s have experienced this at least once, yet they shrug it off as nothing serious. In reality, this sudden drop in blood pressure, known as postural hypotension, can be a sign of deeper circulation problems that sharply increase the risk of stroke. When you rise quickly after sitting or straining, your blood pressure can swing dramatically. In younger years, the body adjusts almost instantly, but as we age, the blood vessels stiffen and the heart's response slows. That delay creates a dangerous window where the brain is briefly starved of oxygen. If the vessels are already weakened by age or disease, the sudden stress can cause a rupture or trigger a clot to travel. Take the story of Leonard, a 78-year-old man who often felt a rush of dizziness after leaving the toilet. He would steady himself on the wall, wait for a few seconds, and then continue with his day. He thought it was harmless. One morning, however, the dizziness was followed by slurred speech and weakness on one side. It turned out to be a mini-stroke. His body had been warning him for years, but he had ignored the signals. The critical lesson here is that these episodes should never be dismissed. They are not just a normal part of aging, they are alarms going off, telling you that your brain and circulation are under stress. If you experience them regularly, it is essential to mention them to a healthcare provider. Sometimes, medication adjustments, improved hydration, or simple lifestyle changes can prevent the dangerous drops that put you at risk. Equally important is changing the way you move in the bathroom. Instead of standing up quickly, rise slowly, giving your body time to stabilize. Place a hand on a sturdy surface for balance and pause for a few seconds before walking away. These small acts of caution not only prevent falls but also reduce sudden strain on your blood vessels. The deeper truth is that paying attention to small signals can save your life. Seniors often underestimate their body's warnings, but ignoring them is a gamble no one can afford. By respecting these signs and acting on them, you give yourself the best chance of protecting your brain, your independence, and your future. Number 4, using excessive hot water in the shower. Another bathroom habit that can silently raise stroke risk is showering in water that is too hot. While a steaming shower may feel soothing, especially on stiff joints or tired muscles, the sudden heat causes your blood vessels to dilate rapidly. For a senior whose heart and circulatory system may already be compromised, that rapid dilation can trigger sudden drops in blood pressure, lightheadedness, or, in some cases, dangerous strain on the heart and brain. When hot water floods your skin, your body tries to cool itself by sending more blood to the surface. This shift can leave less blood available for vital organs for a short time. In younger bodies, the adjustment happens smoothly, but in older adults, the change can overwhelm already weakened vessels. That sudden imbalance makes strokes, or even fainting episodes in the bathroom far more likely than most people realize. Think of Helen, a 74-year-old woman who always began her mornings with long hot showers. She enjoyed the warmth and found it relaxing, but after several months, she noticed she often felt dizzy when stepping out, needing to hold on to the sink until the feeling passed. One morning, she fainted, striking her shoulder, and her doctor later explained that the extreme heat had been putting dangerous stress on her circulation each day. There are safer ways to enjoy the benefits of warmth without risking your health. Opting for warm rather than scalding water allows you to relax without overwhelming your system. Gradually lowering the water temperature toward the end of the shower also helps your body adjust more gently. For many seniors, simply making this change can dramatically reduce bathroom-related health scares. The psychological part of this habit is also important. Many older adults cling to routines that provide comfort, such as a hot shower that feels like a daily reward. But comfort should never come at the cost of safety. Recognizing that too much heat is harmful means you're valuing your long-term independence more than a temporary sensation. This is not about giving up pleasures, but about choosing them wisely. A shower should leave you refreshed, not drained or dizzy. By adjusting the temperature, you're sending a message to yourself that your health comes first and that one small choice today can protect your tomorrows. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5. Rushing and holding your breath during bathroom tasks. One final bathroom habit that can sharply raise stroke risk is the tendency to rush through tasks while unconsciously holding your breath. Seniors often feel pressed for time or anxious about needing help, so they hurry. Whether it's bending to clean themselves, reaching awkwardly, or trying to get up quickly from the toilet in the process, they sometimes hold their breath without realizing it. A pattern known as the Valsalva maneuver, this brief breath holding causes sudden spikes in blood pressure, placing enormous strain on fragile blood vessels in the brain. The danger is that these moments don't feel dramatic. You may think of it as nothing more than a few seconds of effort, but for an older body, the sudden rise and fall in pressure can be catastrophic. If arteries are already narrowed by plaque, the force can loosen a clot or rupture a weak spot. That is how something as ordinary as hurrying in the bathroom can become the spark for a life-changing stroke. Consider James, an 81-year-old man who prided himself on independence. He disliked taking too long in the bathroom, so he often rushed to finish and stand up quickly. His wife noticed he would grunt and turn red in the face while doing so, but he brushed it off as his habit. Eventually, after one such morning, James felt a sudden weakness in his arm and confusion in his speech. The doctors later explained that the combination of rushing and holding his breath had pushed his already strained circulation beyond its limit. Breaking this habit starts with awareness. The next time you are in the bathroom, pay attention to your breathing. Remind yourself to stay calm, breathe steadily, and avoid forcing your body through movements too quickly. Simple adjustments like using support bars, taking your time and staying mindful of your breath can reduce strain dramatically. It's also about respecting your body's pace. Seniors often push themselves harder than they should, frustrated that simple tasks take longer than they once did. But forcing speed only increases risk. By choosing patience, you are choosing safety, dignity, and a future free from preventable harm. What this habit teaches us is that small, unconscious actions can carry enormous consequences. Rushing and breath holding are not signs of strength, but signals of pressure your body cannot afford. By slowing down, breathing fully, and moving mindfully, you give your heart and brain the stability they need to keep serving you well into the years ahead. Final thoughts. As we close this video, reflect on the 5 bathroom habits we have explored together. Straining during bowel movements, sitting too long on the toilet, ignoring dizziness, using excessive hot water, and rushing while holding your breath may all seem small or ordinary. Yet each of them carries a hidden cost that can raise your risk of stroke by as much as 300%. Recognizing these risks is not about creating fear but about giving you the power to make changes that protect your health and preserve your independence. The bathroom should be a place of relief and renewal, not of danger. By making simple adjustments, hydrating more, eating foods rich in fiber, shortening toilet time, watching your water temperature, and paying attention to your breathing, you transform a risky routine into a safe and supportive one. These are not dramatic changes, but they carry dramatic benefits for your future. Remember, stroke prevention is not only about what happens at the doctor's office. It is about the choices you make every day in the most ordinary of places. By respecting your body's signals and valuing caution over haste, you give yourself the gift of more years with clarity, strength, and dignity. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.